to full of Teso.
Teso, yoga kere.
Yoga noi.
My name is Lina, Mama Lina Zebriga, Deputy President, Northern Uganda. I'm excited to be here in Teso, in Soloti. Thank you. Yalama.
Yalama noi, Toto Linda. And also a tomato go, a young kedipe jokiche. Yes. Karibuni.
Yoga no take care. Yalama ngate kene report na kere. Kakiro renyere tusimukuwa Jonathan coordinator the sub-region le partner NUP. Mito ya mnijove kumamba boya sana jokuma matewi ni wani radio canteen take the president one me pate menu yinga kwa Jonathan. Sutin amito kit winyu nuko me president aro ya matina boya sana.
Opoy sana Jakaita. Of course, the main man himself. Thanks so much for coming through and welcome to Kyoga Veritas. At this moment, I want to allow you to say hello to the public of Teso.
Thank you very much for having us. My name is Chakula Sentam, aka Bobi Wine, aka Lakuna. I'm very glad to be here in Soloti and by large Teso sub-region. I hope we have a good time and looking forward to meeting the masses in a few from now.
Thanks so much, Honorable Robert Chagulanyi, for making it a point to get to Teso and also Kyoga Veritas. Without wasting much time, I want to give you now the platform to talk to the people of Teso. They've been actually waiting for you. We've been telling them that you're going to come through by actually 11 o'clock. It failed. Contemplating whether you're going to make it or not, but finally you're here. Welcome to Teso, and maybe if you could take us through why in Teso tonight.
Thank you very much. Yeah, unfortunately we are late, but better late than never. What our listeners don't know is that the police and military blocked all roads. We used only industrial roads to get here, and that's the reason why we are late. But like I said, never better late than never. We are here in Soloti. I'm not here alone. I'm here with the leaders, our leaders in Teso sub-region. Our Deputy President in charge of Northern Uganda, Secretary General, Mobilization Secretary, and other leaders. We are here not just to celebrate, not just to visit the people of Teso, but we are carrying a message of hope, a message of change, a message of transformation, a message of not giving up.
Yeah.
The people of Teso have been subjugated for so long. Some of those, especially the young ones that were born in this oppression, they think it is normal. They think it is okay. Like they say, a bird that was born in a cage thinks flying is abnormal.
Yeah.
So the young people of Teso think it is okay to be poor. They think it's okay not to have rights. They think it's okay not to be represented. Many of them have not seen the days of glory here in Teso before their cattle were stolen and promised to be compensated, but not compensated. Many of the young people don't know that this region was a masterpiece in cotton production. Many of them have grown up only on the fantasy that there will be a processing plant for their fruits, especially oranges. So we are here to reassert that hope, to remind them that it is not a dream. It's possible and it's going to happen, but it's not going to come as a miracle.
Yeah.
You are going to have to be part of it. We've come here to restore that hope. And in the few minutes that we are here, I hope to share that and more in detail with my colleagues that are with us here today.
Okay. Thanks so much. And you've actually touched quite a lot of issues in just a brief kind of a discussion or a talk. And one of the pressing issues that Teso as a region has been actually going through or has been actually demanding is basically the issue of the cattle compensation. I'm told actually from I think about 25 years ago, the ruling party right now has been actually promising people of Teso to compensate them, but nothing has been done. And also you touched the issue of poverty. Poverty is actually a biting thing right now in the region. And I don't know, with your leadership, what are the major issues that NUP is going to tackle besides the issue of compensation and for the poverty, if given the votes from Teso?
Well, there are many things, but since we're in Teso, I'd rather focus on the challenges of Teso sub-region.
Yes.
You have mentioned it more than 25 years ago. It has always been promise after promise after promise. But I want to remind the people of Teso that the day Basai Jabalaba wanted compensation, he got it in billions. The day Vitature wanted compensation, got it in billions. The day an Indian investor wants compensation, they get it in a matter of days. So the people of Teso just don't matter to the powers that be. They don't matter to General Museveni. He prefers actually to keep them poor because poor people are very easy to manage. He will use a few of his people. He will pick and Anita Mongo Mokula there, give them billions, make sure he controls the common people. He does exactly like the colonialists did. They come, they pick one big person among you, they fatten them, make them rich, and then they use them to subjugate you. So we want to empower the people, the masses in Teso, by beginning with empowering their ability to hold leaders accountable. Once their vote matters, and those leaders know that if they don't deliver to their promises, people can vote them out, then that will be a game over. That's why we came initially and even up to now with the theme of people power is our power. We want to empower them, make their voice count, and make their dreams valid.
Okay. During our discussion today, we always have a weekend kind of a discussion on radio that's from 10 to midday. And one of the callers actually raised a very pertinent issue that I feel I should bring it before your attention. He said this is now the electoral kind of a period whereby most political parties tend to come to the region or rather move to different kind of regions looking for support. But in most times, after getting the support, they don't basically fulfill what they are going to, what they basically tell the people. And they are saying that all politicians, all political parties know what the region has been going through. Talk about the issue of poverty, talk about the issue of compensation and so forth. And they feel that most political parties are using that as actually to get a sympathy vote from the people of Teso. Away from that, what is your agenda for the people of Teso? Put aside the issue of the cattle compensation and also the poverty. What is your agenda for the people of Teso?
Thank you. For starters, we are not here for electioneering.
Yes.
You remember that even during the 2021 campaigns, we were not allowed to interact with the people of Teso. It was a battle of tear gas and bullets. Even while other political parties and groupings are allowed to meet the people, we don't meet them because our message is radical and straight to the point, and it is awakening. So we are not here just to look for votes. We are here to awaken the people in order to make a possibility of change even before elections, because we believe that dictators can be kicked out before, during, and after elections. So get me clearly, we are not only here for electioneering, we're here for awakening, because we are not sure for how long we are going to be able to reach the people. We are here because the people persisted. Like I said, they pushed us in the periphery, dusty roads, but people defied and joined us to show solidarity. So it continues and it will continue that way. What is our agenda for the people of Teso? I would say, first, by large, the people of Uganda, we want emancipation and liberation for the people of Uganda. All of Uganda, not just Teso, not just Lango, not just Acholi, not just Buganda, Obusoga, Obugishu, but all of Uganda. The problems of Teso are similar to the problems of Buganda, to the problems of Busoga, to the problems of Lango. They might just change a little bit in particulars, but generally they are the same. It is subjugation, it is enslavement on their own land. I'll give you a simple comparison. In northern Uganda, many parts of northern Uganda and Acholi land, they were great tobacco farmers. But when General Museveni came in and saw money there, they owned it up to ensure that they are the ones that controlling it. Not only that, go to Busoga. Sugarcane was their masterpiece. It was their bread and butter. General Museveni and his henchmen took it over to the extent that no Musoga today has the power over their sugarcane. A kilo of sugar used to buy 3,500, but a ton of sugarcane was at between 250 to 300,000 shillings. Not anymore. Today, a kilo of sugar is 5,000, but a ton of sugarcane is 50,000 shillings. Why? Because the profits have to actually go to one family, Museveni's family. You can name all those, name gold. I mean, gold, whether it's in Karamoja or in Buganda or in Busia, it belongs to Museveni's family. Every mine. Now, here in Teso, and in particular in Soloti, people used to be great cotton growers, but that is how it was destroyed. So we want to revamp the things that used to empower our people economically. It is not a dream. We are not reinventing the wheel. These things have happened before, and we just need to go back and pick where did these people destroy these things and how and why. We want to start by investigating those that grabbed that economy from the people of Teso. First, give it back to the people of Teso, but also make sure that those thieves pay for that. And also, over time, many things have come. I mean, I've not mentioned the flying school, which used to be the pride of Soloti.
Yeah.
How does it look today? Look at the healthcare system. Is your healthcare system satisfactory? Are your health centers stocked with medicines? Look at your schools. Look at the infrastructure. Where we passed, I don't know what is in General Museveni's head, because they blocked us from using the main roads and pushed us to the destroyed roads as if they want us to see them and see what we have to begin with. So we want to revamp the infrastructure of this region. This region can be a game in this country.
Yeah.
The people of Teso are so hardworking, so enterprising, so smart in their business acumenship. Only if they are empowered by the powers, by the administration of the country, they will prosper. That is the exact agenda that we have for the people of Teso.
Okay, thanks so much. Atikere, it's exactly about adakana tomna kanyare ya lomar sawani kanyangon luchuti atibo on Timo radio. Allow me give Veja Kaita Okware probably be adakana this just to translate what the party president actually stated. Yes,
Yala mano Atikere ne pupokinga. Erai na paki na jopo na lemi daro no Teso apuku na neja ya president wo. Iworton be alakunan. Iwamton be ngese buna alakunan no Teso. Oto makiro no ijeno ni Teso litorito ni to mabala na Teso. Chapeta kangesi nera ngeda kiro nera etachela kituku. Ara uneko show agia unako lipolo unashoda inera enerbe ya unaita cha kituku ya unaita cha kituku. Teni lolo. So ner kenge e balangesi be areja ikona voting ara eja ikamangeza pugana kepolo pe bunanga ara kiro ne bale Teso anyulbe awaka kituku etacho. Nera ngeda kiro ne kamanara bala nati oko esemero of flying school bala na tono Teso wanyunu jobe emameti Teso le pulo toma le perra domun ashoma no toma utupte de jautene ara domun wako bale Teso enera ngesi awoko jautene bale Teso be bala ni Teso ejaiko liboro lo jari oni Teso le dumuno no ni kapun lu ma perro ituko ni epoti tunga baka bolo tola ilo gwato la nona kina jebu kumtelu babi kwa ni jakal kwenye bala ko lete sija so ni keda kituko wanyunu jobe ija hizo keda kona kitu kichiri ja kile jerika ni yare ifiro ya sai go line na mepilao mamu jilo sai go kwenye kwa nade marone pogeta wako la kitu kwa kile luja taroni akipolobe apatani kidogo ani kwa itekeroni irame serami woro sai tuko motokan narai na lemi pogarone bale Teso ejari inera ngeskeda pipilo tau kenge babeita beite adamu danyu ni torito Teso ngese bunto rolo ngesine mamu ngede bunta ara no kampe ara mwa voting kwenye bunti ngesi hanwa ina kinona jeru na iguo keroni Teso be abeite eje ngese go ikero no to makiro ntoro ni kere bali Teso so ngese bala ngese be ener ke getting so radio kwenye be ngesa dolere aro square munu le pupete kerelo jasi unda adoro to mabosi so da ataki na ipupu ekiener so yala manata kerne ja kinga mda ya munu jate winyo kuma mda president wano ya mokopa tot ya mokopa mako doki me udo pore chulo jo wano winyo ko pugo geo buliera timere ka tuno kare me yer winyo jo yambe aro kilo aro chulo doke un mano bedo wer mote wer no jo just mano tuko we one pinga ngalo wano udo votes one ka yero tiek yaro udo be ko me chulgo likatie sana te amona jake winyoko tie winyoko ngeu ga mata mo bedo gi amateni no bedo gi ametuko ara mabe ate amo kopgo ilito balango kumam ate winyoko yamo kede lito ila ametuko walo bino kana ra pinyero ara pilel do bino yamo ko ate mako wan jo kumam kede jo Teso dedede irjon wan me Teso apoyo dedede jo atie ko kuno winyuni ko me president ayamo podaro yamo jatwero ot kane tie kede tuno saa me go isim go ipenje me mito penyi apoyo sana.
Yalama Ejakaita Okware. Maybe allow me bring back the party president in just a nutshell before I open up my phone for the calls or comments and questions from the public. We know for sure that in Uganda there's a pressing issue that has actually affected very many people, and that is the issue of corruption in this country. I remember during our, I think the 10-point program of the NRM, corruption was one of the issues that we're going to tackle. But it seems like it is one of the issues that is giving basically the NRM government headache. I don't know, as a national unity platform, how are you prepared to tackle the issue of corruption?
Thank you. I like that you mentioned that corruption was one of the issues NRM promised to deal with.
Yes.
Maybe we just didn't understand them. Maybe they promised that they would be the most corrupt people and they would win the award for most corrupt government in Africa.
Okay.
And I believe they lived to their promise. But on a serious note, we intend to be the direct opposite of NRM. And that we are not only doing it, we are not only promising to do it when we take power, because the things that we believe in, we practice even during the struggle, even before we get power. I have warned everybody under my leadership that you touch taxpayers' money, your hand will not leave that bag. And we have demonstrated it. You have seen that the NRM, their currency, their exchange model is corruption. They hook the leaders with corruption so that those leaders can't say truth to power. But also, corruption is their exchange. Now, by so doing, they've been able to compromise so many corrupt-minded leaders, even within our rank and file. You noticed a short while ago, that one of our high-ranking comrades, the deputy president of the National Unity Platform in charge of Buganda region, was caught in a corruption scandal. And we demonstrated exactly what we shall do when we are in power. So there's no negotiation with corruption. There's no shortcut with corruption. We have to uphold our integrity because we know corruption is the cancer that has destroyed our country, and we have to deal with it firmly, just like we've demonstrated during this struggle.
Okay. Thanks so much, the party president. I think we need to open up some of, to open up the calls and maybe pick up some of those calls to come through. And in case time allows, we'll actually.
Yeah, but as the calls come in, maybe I'll stop talking.
Yes.
When a call comes in, I want to make use of these seconds
Well.
before the call comes in. There are many issues that we've not talked about here on radio. Maybe we'll get time to talk about them at the event where we're going, but we acknowledge that there's rampant unemployment among the youth here. And yet, in our manifesto of 2021, we indicated it that if we uplift agriculture, just imagine if those lead machines did not get disappeared by this regime. Just imagine if the cotton industry was not destroyed by this regime. Just imagine if the fruit industry is facilitated and empowered. How many young people would it be employing?
Yeah.
A lot of them. Unfortunately, we don't have that because the regime in power does not care. I won't undermine the issue of insecurity here in Teso. That is a matter that hinders not only corrupt development, but it hinders many other aspects of life. I think that is an area we have to deal with. I have not talked about land grabbing, but you know the chief priest of land grab, that is Museveni and his family. Those people came to Uganda with 0 inches of land.
They came from where?
Hey, you don't know where they came from. Are you pretending not to know?
No, I thought Museveni is a citizen of Uganda.
Well, by the gun is a citizen, but even during the days of President Obote, President Obote challenged him to prove that he's a Ugandan. He could not prove that. I challenged him in 2021. I still challenge him to prove that he's a Ugandan. And I'm not in any way being discriminatory to those that, I have so many friends that became citizens of Uganda by naturalization.
Yes.
But I will tell you that you can only tell a Ugandan by the way they love Uganda. And Uganda is not the land or the trees. Uganda is the people. Look, excuse me. Look at how the man is treating Ugandans. Look at how the money is underdeveloping our country. Look at how the money is destroying every single sector in this country. Can you really say Museveni is a Ugandan? That's a question for you. Let's take the call.
Thank you. Now, atikir namba lisimu ngara anukwa na akuse ngiseta to jakaitam Robert Chagulanyi avuta Bobi Wine anatuma radio. Namba kalisimu ngara. Let's pick up these few calls. Hello. Good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm okay. This is your Kennedy. I'm all the way from Masamidola, Mashabu County.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the issues you raised here.
Thank you, my brother.
Yes, but for me, the problem in Teso, some of us as the youth, if we try to mention something like, let's start this government of President Museveni, they tell us that, if we start this government, again we shall go back to the bush, this place, where can we run? People are just seated in fear in Teso here. Maybe if you have come with that kind of remove, then we're ready to support you. This is John Kenneth.
Thanks so much, John Kenneth. Hello. Hello. Sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, good evening.
How are you today?
Well, this is John from Anyara.
John, yes.
Yes, actually, for me, personally, thank you first of all for coming to give a respect.
Thank you, John.
So,
Great.
So actually, for me, the problem which I'm seeing here in Bethel, because first of all, let's really treat it like what we are now doing from there. Because some people doesn't know even how that situation is even taking them in a tough way. Some of them say like, we have used stuff with our condition, eh? So for them, they say like, we don't mind. We just think we do it. With the condition which we are in now. So some are given some are what. But now if you are there to encourage them, I think some will understand because for us like this, carrying down you wait now in terms for elections, they used to scare what. So truth is not what not believed here in our country. You're the one who speaks like you want to speak the truth. You are the one who is an enemy. You are like Moses. You are like Moses and the children of Israel. Eh?
Okay.
Yes. When Moses went to rescue the children of Israel.
Yes.
They looked like that. It was even better for them to remain suffering in the promised land. Because they saw a lot of special things in their life, like crossing the Red Sea and so forth. So pulling out the Egypt from the scenarios they're in now. It's very hard.
Thank you.
I know even it's taking them like that. Oh, better and much better.
Okay. Thanks so much, John. Hello.
Yes, Big Sam.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Fine. How are you?
I'm good.
Your name?
My name is Kola Emmanuel.
Yes, Amra. What is your question? Oh, yes. What's your question to the president?
For me, I'm just trying to thank the president of Luke,
Yes.
for the work he has. But my friend, let us try to do whatever we can do. Because this Uganda of today, they are lacking jobs as the youth. You try and sorry, don't forgive us. Let us try to mobilize. By the way, my question to you now.
What is your question?
You bring what is called the down here we don't have sport. Yeah? Try to get some people in that party. We need down a part here so that we shall try to win. Yes.
Okay, thanks so much. Issue of party registration. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Fine. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm calling David from Ame.
David, what is your question to the president of NUP?
I have a question to the president.
Okay.
I want to President Saplani, first of all, to answer for me. If we give him to be the president of Uganda, is he going to bring back the term limit?
Okay.
Then the second thing, I want to just clarify on this thing because NRM always tries to spoil his name here in the region. And people may not even vote for him because of that. This NRM guys always come here telling people that the is being supported by the homosexuals. Is it true or not?
Okay, thank you so much. You respond to you as well. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon.
How are you today?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
Your name and where you calling from?
This is Calvin.
Yes, Calvin.
My simple question to the president, our upcoming president of the Republic of Uganda is, hello, donating now.
Yeah.
2026.
Yes. Yalamanoi. Hello. Sorry. Hello. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes, how are you today?
I'm okay. Good afternoon.
Fine. Your name and where you calling from?
This is Abad calling on from Labor Arabo.
Yes, Abad.
Yes. Actually, I just wanted to request our president. But this contact for us was a school in the region because we don't have a school here for caterpillars, tractors, excavators, and so forth. Yeah, we are really lacking. I mean, there's a very big region in Uganda.
Yes.
Yeah, that is all of my concern.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Fine. Your name and where you calling from?
This is a Philip Enamo from Kamuda.
Yes, Enamo.
Yes, I want to congratulate the president because they have been wrong for him to come to this time again.
True.
So, my request to my president, who did not be seeing what is happening all over the country. So, I want to request my people and the party itself, right? And most of the youth who are suffering from the area. Now, I want us to be together so that we can have the party, so that I see more courage in him and we can overpower the situation that we have on us. Because even if you are finished in school, but they say education is a key, but actually the keys are hidden by those people.
Thank you so much. Let me take up strictly only at 2 callers and get back to the studios. Hello. Yes, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
Very good. Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Apollo. I'm a man. I'm a Java Danzola.
Yes, that is Soloti.
My question was to the president is like this. I wanted them to unite as a position.
Yes.
Let them unite we are really tired of NRM. And I feel Gabriel is still my president. Even if he's not a president, but he's my president. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Last caller for now. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. What is your name, my brother? Yes, what is your question to the president?
I was just asking the president to come and talk to the radio when we are hearing like that. I think after you said that we got all the stuff right. But you are so full of voice that you can enter your power or you can change your mind after entering the power.
Okay, thank you so much.
You are laughing at that point only.
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
You don't rule Uganda. If you something, I think you rule Uganda. But let them kill the other one. Let him talk to people he goes. Let people he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have passed the route, the very bad route. Not giving the main road to pass on the main road. Don't give me that wrong,
Thanks so much, William. Let's stop right here due to time, and let me give back the microphone to.
Thank you. Thank you very much. These are very intriguing questions. I want to start with David. He asked a very important question, and I'm very glad that I've gotten chance to be on radio.
Yes.
Let me answer this question before the radio switched off.
Yes.
He said that people keep NRM people keep moving around saying that I'm supported by the homosexuals. You see, General Museveni and his people, they don't have anything to talk about me or my team. They know what we're saying is the truth. So they cannot come and say we are lying. They cannot say we are lying, he's not a dictator. They cannot say he has not overstayed in power. They cannot say they are not corrupt. So originally, when we came up as people power, they said we are devil worshippers because we put on red. Then they remembered other leaders had put on red before. Then this other man who died said we are terrorists. That did not work. Then they came up with another. They said, that party is only for Baganda. And then the Ugandans keep surprising them everywhere we go. People think like us. Then they came up with another story. They said, those ones are working for white people. They want to bring back colonialists because they know that we are international, friends with various presidents across the world.
Yeah.
Now, they came up with another story. They said, now those people are supported by homosexuals. But look at me. They don't tell the people, the world, that I was banned from going to UK for 10 years because of expressing my views in that regard. But again, General Museveni has been always using that homosexuality button as a way to divert hate and tiredness of the people. You will notice that Museveni's people, Andrew Mwenda and Fox Odoi, in 2014, was it 2014, when they first passed that Anti-Homosexuality Act?
Yes.
They are the ones that went and fought it. You understand? And now they keep bouncing it back and forth because they know as Ugandans we are conservative and we are religious and all that. So they are trying to take us into their homosexual talk, which we are not going to go into because now we are not looking at their homosexuality issues as our main challenge today. Our main challenge today is that we are slaves in our country. So we are focusing on our freedom. We are focusing on ending the corruption. We are focusing on transforming our lives. So they bring that as a diversion. I have encouraged Ugandans time and again not to be diverted by Museveni's homosexual talk. If Museveni is enjoying his homosexuality, that is his problem, and his Andrew Mwenda and his Fox Odoi. Okay? Our war now is against poverty, against slavery, transforming our lives. So it's important to communicate that. Secondly, everybody knows Bobi. Don't they know Bobi? Is Bobi a man? Anyway, I won't take too much time on Museveni's homosexual talk. But I will also remind you that those are the things that they use to cover up for the dead employment, to cover up for the sick healthcare system, to cover up for the dilapidated infrastructure and all the nonsense that comes with this regime.
Yeah.
So I will go to the very first question. Somebody asked what we are going to do to debunk the lies and the fear that they keep putting in the people. The fear that when Museveni goes, there will be violence. There won't be violence. There was no violence until Museveni came. Museveni started violence in the 70s. Museveni brought back violence in the 80s. Museveni has brought violence to us. Museveni practiced violence on our grandfathers and grandmothers. Museveni meted violence on our fathers and mothers. Museveni has meted violence on us, the grandchildren. So when Museveni goes, he will go with his violence. We are strong. We are young. We are many. If we wanted war, we would start the war. But we know that violence only begets violence. We want to usher in a peaceful Uganda so that even when we are leaving power, we leave it peacefully. We want to usher in democracy. That is the new thing that we want to bring to Uganda because it has never happened before. What Mandela brought in South Africa is what we're trying to bring in Uganda.
Yeah.
And Ugandans are supporting us and we are going to win. Now, our brother John the Great from Anyara also asked us about the ignorance of the people. I know that our people have been deliberately kept ignorant about their rights, ignorant about what they deserve. They think it's normal. Like I said, you know, when a bird that is born in a cage sees other birds flying, they think they are abnormal because it has been kept in slavery for so long. I want to tell the people of Teso, you deserve better, you should get better, and we are going to deliver better to you because this is possible and this is going to happen. For as long as we all wake up and know that this is our country, there's no other country. And people change their communities and their countries in their youthful years. So please join us and let's change this in our youthful years. We have our future ahead of us. Museveni and his people, their future is already behind them. So everything is a good factor and a positive factor for us. Okay. Don't give up. Let's keep going. We shall going to win, and we must win. Now, yes, Amoriat Emmanuel encouraged us, and I agree with him that we should go further down to the commonest person. Yes, we have our structures there, the known and the unknown, and we continue to do that. And I'm glad that I'm here with our local leaders. They will push that forward. God willing, we shall all come back. Yeah. At a later date. Okay. David was asking about term limits. I think that is no question really. We fought to restore term limits, although I was not in parliament, but Museveni used the gun and removed them. We fought to save the age limit, but Museveni used the gun and changed our constitution. So once Museveni goes, we are going to rehabilitate our constitution. Okay. We had a good constitution, but Museveni keeps raping it. We are going to rehabilitate our constitution and not only have a constitution, but have constitutionalism, a leadership that is anchored on the constitution of Uganda. Last but not least, Calvin from Katakwi asked how we will support the youth. Of course, the youth are unemployed. I've already mentioned some of the few things that we want to do first to ensure that our young people are employed as soon as we are in power. Yeah. And that is no rocket science. Agriculture is the biggest employer. If it's empowered enough to give returns to our people, it will employ masses. But again, we shall go as far as even tapping into our education to ensure that our education produces employable people, skilled people, and productive people. So, and I had one of the callers ask that we should help establish tertiary institutions that train skills. That is absolutely agreeable with us. Also, the infrastructure, you'll notice that part of the problem is our dead infrastructure. Imagine when there was a railway road that was going through Teso, how many young people it would employ and how much business depended on it. Imagine if electricity was reaching every other corner of Teso, how much transformation would be there. So those we know, those we are going to deal with. Lastly, our brother, I think it was George William, he said we should unite. Please repeat that every time you call, whenever there's a leader here, especially opposition leader, even if it's not NUP, whether UPC, DP, FDC, or even right-thinking NRM, please ask them to unite. It has been our effort to unite with many of our brothers. But we also know that the regime wants to keep us divided, because when we unite, that will be the end of them. So they keep us divided, but we don't give up on the efforts of unity. I want to thank you very much, but I will also request that we hear from my Deputy President, Mama Lina Zedriga, we hear from our Secretary General, and we get to hear from our local leaders as well.
Okay. Thanks so much, His Excellency. Yes, Mama, maybe let me give you a strictly about 2-3 minutes because our time is actually now spent. We need to release the president to go and address the crowd in Arrow Square. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mine is to say for the people in this region that we are here to reclaim our dignity, our identity, our voice, our power. The people of northern Uganda, the people of Teso sub-region, the people of Karamoja, the women. This struggle is not only for the men and the young men. It is also for us. I am 60 plus years old.